You're listening to the Culips English podcast. To download the study guide for this episode, which includes the transcript, detailed vocabulary explanations, real-world examples, and a quiz, visit our website, culips.com. Culips.com. Hello, everyone. My name's Andrew.
And I'm Kassy.
And you're listening to Culips. Hey, Kassy. How's it going?
I'm doing great, Andrew. How about you?
I'm doing not so bad. It's so good to have you back in the Culips studio, Kassy.
And it's great to be back.
You came up to Seoul yesterday, was it?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, to check out a musical.
Yes, and it was fantastic.
Fantastic. What did you see?
I saw Aida.
Aida. Actually, I'm not familiar with it. What is Aida?
A brief description. It's about a Nubian princess who gets captured by an Egyptian captain.
Okay.
And they fall in love, and it's super romantic. But the best part is the music is written by Elton John and Tim Rice, and it's so good.
The duo behind the Lion King soundtrack.
Yes.
Awesome. But Kassy, we're not going to talk about musicals today. We're going to talk about something completely different. We are going to discuss escape rooms.
Ooh.
But just before we do that, I want to let all of our listeners know that there's a study guide available for this episode on our website, culips.com, and we highly recommend that you follow along with the study guide while you're listening to us here today. So if you'd like to do that, just visit our website, culips.com, and you can download the study guide. All right, escape rooms. A very interesting and new kind of entertainment.
Yeah, that's right. I feel like it's popping up all over the world, though. I hear about it in my home country, America, in Europe, Korea.
Yeah, I first heard about escape rooms maybe 3 or 4 years ago, I think. And it's true, I first noticed them here in Korea. But last time I was back in Canada, I noticed there were escape rooms in my hometown. I saw a couple of them, and also in bigger cities. There were escape rooms not all over the place, but here and there.
Yeah, that's right. One thing I love about escape rooms is that the language required to solve the puzzles doesn't necessarily have to be your native language. I've gone to escape rooms in Korea, Sweden, and the United States, and all of them were enjoyable.
Wow. Okay. So before we talk about your experience going to escape rooms, we should explain what they are.
That's a good point.
Because perhaps some of our listeners are not familiar. So an escape room is a facility that you can go to, just like an arcade or a bowling alley or a karaoke, something like this, right? It's a place you can go to have some fun and relax. And it's a kind of puzzle, right? It's like a real life puzzle.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if it's relaxing.
Yeah, I guess it depends on your definition of relaxing.
Yeah.
Because they can be stressful. But you go to this place, this escape room, and you have to pay some money, right? It's usually maybe $10 to $15 per person.
Yeah, it depends how many people are going. So the more people you bring, the cheaper the price per person.
Right. And usually there are some options, different escape room situations that you can try, right? There's different levels of difficulty from quite easy up to really, really hard.
Yes, that's right.
And your times, you have a time limit. And what you have to do during that time is figure out how to escape from the room that you are locked inside. There's different clues that you need to find, and each clue is kind of a hint that leads you to the final escape. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
And usually you have about 1 hour, and some places will give you clues. Others, you're all on your own.
Okay.
And each room usually has a theme. So some themes are Harry Potter themed, I don't know, James Bond themed, horror themed, jailbreak themed.
Yeah, there's tons of different themes about many different topics, like you just mentioned. The only time that I've done an escape room, actually, Kassy, was with you. Do you remember?
No.
I'm pretty sure it was with you in Gwangju with our language exchange.
Oh my gosh, I
group.
remember.
It's funny when you suggested this topic, Kassy.
Yeah.
I was thinking, oh, yes, I have done an escape room before. I can talk about this. And then I realized that I did it with you.
I completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the first time I did an escape room as well.
Yeah, that was my first time too. My first and only time.
You have to go again.
Yeah, well, that was fun. Maybe we could talk about that experience a bit. It was fun, but yeah, I wouldn't say it was relaxing. It was a little bit stressful for a couple of reasons. First, it was in Korean. So you and I were at a disadvantage because although we did it with two of our Korean friends, everything takes longer when you have to think about it in a second language, right? We weren't maybe as useful as we could have been.
However, I don't think we realized the difficulty. We chose level 6, if I remember, out of 6 levels.
Yeah, we are on the most difficult one.
Yes, for absolute beginners. And then actually in Korea, English is the second language, of course. So I think we were actually quite useful because as the levels get harder in the Korean versions, the English comes out more in the puzzles.
That's true. That was true. It was fun. It was a good experience, but I think I need to do it again. Starting at level 6 was a mistake.
Yes, definitely.
And we did not solve the puzzle. We did not escape from the room.
But we did a very good job. That's the other cool part about escape rooms. Even if you fail, there are so many different puzzles that even if you only get a percentage of it completed, you feel really good about yourself. Like, wow, I did that.
Yeah, and the crazy thing that I remember about the escape room that we did was we found lots of clues and solved lots of mini puzzles on the way to escaping. I thought we were almost done. And then when our time ran out and we were shown the solution by the staff, I was shocked. Whoa, we were really far from completing it, actually. A lot farther than I imagined.
Yeah, that makes me wonder, how long does it take them to come up with all of these cool little puzzles, problems, all the little intricate details that make it how great it is?
Yeah, I wonder. I thought there might be some website for escape room owners where they share similar plans.
Brainstorm ideas.
Or maybe there's like an escape room architect, an architect firm that designs different escape room plans. I don't know.
Pay me money and I'll give you your whole escape room idea. That would be an amazing job.
It would be a fun job, very creative. How do escape rooms differ from country to country? Because I've only been to the one here in Korea, but you said you went to one in Sweden and one in America too.
I think they're pretty similar. I think it actually depends on the escape room to escape room, not necessarily country to country. In Korea, if we wanted a clue, we had phone calls that we would make to the outside person at the desk.
That's right. If we got stuck, we could make a phone call to the staff, right?
Yes.
We had a kind of lifeline.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But in America, they actually had a kind of actor who sat in the room with us, and we were allowed to ask them clues if we talked to them directly using their actor name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I wonder what that would be like for a job, having to do that time and time again.
I think incredibly boring. And difficult. You know, you could have some really, I'm just going to say it, stupid people in there, and you can't help them at all.
Unless
or
they
laugh.
unless they address you by your actor's name.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And what about Sweden?
In Sweden, it was pretty similar standard to Korean America. However, it was much more expensive. But everything's expensive.
Everything's expensive in Sweden.
Yeah, but I had a good time. I went with my cousins who are young kids. Sweden is catered towards young kids.
Okay.
So a lot of their themes were more tame. In Korea, I got handcuffed once. And in America, it was a deadly poison theme.
Okay.
But in Sweden, I think it was a magic theme, if I remember.
Okay. So a little tamer, not as scary.
Yeah.
No murder mystery escape rooms or...
I'm sure there were levels like that, but there were a lot other levels for the younger generation as well.
So did your cousins help you with Swedish, or do you speak Swedish, or was it in English?
They had an English version as well, because Sweden, almost everyone speaks perfect English.
Yeah. We actually have very few listeners from Sweden, and I think the reason is nobody needs an English learning podcast in Sweden.
Definitely.
But if you are listening in Sweden, what's up?
Yeah, hello.
Okay, Kassy. Well, I think we will wrap it up here for today. Thank you for sharing your experience about different escape rooms around the world. And thank you to all of our listeners for tuning in. So, guys, we would love to hear from you too. Are there escape rooms in your country? Have you ever visited an escape room? What was your experience like? Send us a message and let us know. Our email address is contact@culips.com. Before we leave you, I want to let you know about our website. It is culips.com, and it's the place where you can listen to all of our previous episodes, as well as become a Culips member and get unlimited access to the study guides for each of those episodes. We're also all over the place on social media, on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and YouTube. So if you want to follow us there, just search for the Culips English Podcast and you can do that. We'll be back soon with another brand new Culips episodes, and we'll talk to you then. Bye, everyone.
See you next time.